All right, Pisces, listen up because what I am about to tell you is wild, and you need to hear every single word of this. But before we dive deep, I need to say something really important. This reading might not resonate with every single Pisces out there, and that is completely okay. If this message does not feel like it is for you, if the energy does not match your situation, then this might be meant for another Pisces, or it might be a message for a different time in your journey. Trust your intuition, trust your gut, and only take what resonates with your spirit right now. But if this does land for you, if you feel that spark of recognition, then buckle up because Spirit has some serious messages coming through. Now, someone you let go, someone you walked away from, someone you thought was done with you, they are literally cursing themselves right now. And here is the thing that is going to blow your mind. They believed all the lies. Every single story that was told about you, every twisted version of events, every manipulation that painted you as the villain, they bought it. They swallowed it whole. And now they are sitting in their own karma, and it is not pretty. I am pulling cards for you right away because this energy is intense, and we need to see what Spirit is saying about this situation. The first card coming through, and I kid you not, Pisces, this is the Eight of Swords, and everyone thinks this means being trapped by someone else, but actually, this is about them being trapped by their own lies. They are imprisoned by the false narrative they chose to believe. This person is sitting there, blindfolded, surrounded by swords of their own making, and they cannot see the truth, even though it is right in front of them. The universe is showing me that this person is so stuck in the story. They were told that they cannot move forward. They cannot see clearly, and they are literally binding themselves with their own beliefs. Let me tell you what is happening energetically right now. This person, whoever walked away from you, or whoever you released, they heard things. People whispered in their ears. Maybe it was a jealous friend. Maybe it was an ex with an agenda. Maybe it was a family member who never liked you. But someone filled their head with poison. And here is what gets me. Here is what breaks my heart for you, Pisces. You are over here living your life. You are healing. You are growing. You are becoming the version of yourself that you were always meant to be. And they are stuck. They are frozen. They are replaying those lies over and over like a broken record, and with each replay, they curse themselves further away from the truth. The Eight of Swords is showing me something really specific. This person cannot reach out to you even if they wanted to, not because you blocked them, not because the universe is preventing it, but because they have convinced themselves of a reality that does not exist. They have built an entire prison cell around themselves made of misconceptions, false beliefs, and other people's opinions. And you know what the most tragic part is? The door is open. The blindfold is loose. They could walk out at any time. They could remove the blindfold and see the truth, but they choose not to. They choose to stay in that prison because it is easier than admitting they were wrong. Spirit is telling me that someone planted seeds of doubt about you. These seeds grew into thorns that are now strangling this person's ability to see reality. Maybe they were told you were talking behind their back. Maybe they were told you never really loved them. Maybe they were told you were using them, playing them, manipulating them. And because they were in a vulnerable state, because they were already uncertain or insecure or dealing with their own wounds, those lies took root. Those lies became their truth. And now they are living in a distorted reality where you are the villain and they are the victim. But Pisces, Spirit is saying that is not your story to carry anymore. I am hearing from Spirit very clearly right now. This is so important. You need to understand that their karma is not your responsibility. The fact that they believed lies about you, the fact that they chose to listen to external voices instead of trusting what they knew about you, that is their lesson. That is their journey. You do not need to fix this. You do not need to reach out and correct the narrative. You do not need to defend yourself or prove your innocence, because the people who truly know you, they already know the truth. And the universe always knows the truth. Let me pull another card because I am feeling like there is more to this story. Oh, wow. The Devil card just came through, and this is not what people think it means when it shows up. Everyone sees the devil and thinks temptation, addiction, toxicity. But what Spirit is showing me right now is that this person is chained to their own ego. They are bound to the need to be right. They are enslaved by their pride. The Devil card is revealing that this person would rather stay attached to the lie than face the humiliation of admitting they were deceived. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine being so attached to being right that you would rather live in darkness than step into the light? This is powerful, Pisces, because the devil is showing me that this person is experiencing a spiritual binding. They are locked into a lower frequency vibration because they are feeding off the drama, the victimhood, the story that they were wronged. And every time they replay that narrative, every time they tell someone else the lies they were told about you, they drop lower. They curse themselves further. They move further away from truth, from light, from love, from healing. And Spirit wants you to know you are not responsible for lifting that curse. Only they can break those chains. Only they can choose to question the narrative they were fed. The Devil card is also showing me something else, and this might sting a little, but you need to hear it. This person may have wanted to believe the lies. There may have been a part of them that was looking for an exit, looking for a reason to walk away, looking for permission to not do the inner work that the relationship or connection required. So when someone came along and said, "Oh, did you hear what they did? Did you hear what they said?" this person jumped on it. They used those lies as a get-out-of-jail-free card. They used those lies as justification for their own fears, their own inability to show up, their own unwillingness to be vulnerable. And now they are realizing, slowly, painfully, that they made a mistake. But their pride will not let them admit it. The devil chains are too tight. The ego is too loud. So instead of coming clean, instead of seeking the truth, instead of reaching out to you and saying, "Hey, I think I was misled," they are doubling down. They are convincing themselves even harder that the lies are true, because to admit otherwise would mean admitting they abandoned something real for something false. And that is a level of self-reflection that most people are not ready for. I want to talk about the energy around you right now, Pisces, because while they are cursing themselves, you are in a completely different frequency. Let me pull a card for your energy. Oh, this is beautiful. The Star card is here for you. And this is telling me that you are in a phase of hope, of healing, of reconnecting with your authentic self. While they are bound in darkness, you are standing under the night sky, naked and unashamed, pouring water back into the universe, replenishing your own spirit. The Star is the card of renewal after devastation, and it is showing me that you have been through the tower moment. You have survived the destruction, and now you are rebuilding yourself stronger, clearer, more aligned. The Star is such a peaceful card, but it is also powerful because it represents someone who has done the work. You are not in denial, Pisces. You are not clinging to false narratives. You are not cursing yourself with lies. You are standing in your truth. You are healing your wounds. You are trusting your path. And that is why you are ascending while they are descending. That is why you are attracting miracles while they are attracting more confusion. That is why your life is expanding while theirs is contracting. Spirit is showing me very clearly that you released this person at exactly the right time. It did not feel right in the moment. It probably felt like a loss, like a failure, like something precious was slipping through your fingers. But the Star is confirming that this release was divinely timed. You were not meant to carry the weight of their disbelief. You were not meant to convince someone of your worth. You were not meant to fight against a narrative that was built on lies. You were meant to walk away and let the universe handle it. And Pisces, the universe is handling it. The person who told them lies about you, that person is going to be exposed. The truth always comes out. Always. It might not happen on your timeline. It might not happen in the way you expect. But Spirit is saying that the karmic rebalancing has already begun. The person or people who planted those false seeds, they are already starting to experience the consequences of their deception. Because when you speak lies about someone, when you intentionally distort the truth to manipulate a situation, you set in motion a karmic debt that must be repaid. And that repayment is not pretty. Let me pull another card because I am feeling like there is a message coming through specifically for you about what to do with this information. The Queen of Swords is here, and this is your energy, Pisces. This is who you are becoming. The Queen of Swords is the truth teller, the one who cuts through illusion, the one who sees clearly and speaks directly. She does not sugarcoat. She does not manipulate. She does not play games. She simply states what is real. And Spirit is saying that you are stepping into this energy now. You are no longer willing to dim your light to make others comfortable. You are no longer willing to accept false narratives about who you are. You are no longer willing to engage with people who choose lies over truth. The Queen of Swords is also showing me that you have clarity now that you did not have before. You can see this situation for what it truly was. You can see the manipulation, the projection, the fear that was operating underneath the surface. You can see that this person was never really seeing you. They were seeing a reflection of their own wounds, their own insecurities, their own unhealed trauma. And when someone told them a story that confirmed their worst fears, they latched onto it because it felt familiar. It felt like proof of what they already suspected about themselves, about relationships, about trust. But here is what the Queen of Swords wants you to understand. Their inability to see you clearly is not a reflection of your value. Their choice to believe lies is not a statement about your character. Their decision to walk away is not evidence that you are unlovable or unworthy or untrustworthy. It is simply evidence that they were not ready. They were not ready for your level of authenticity. They were not ready for your depth. They were not ready for the real connection that you were offering, because real connection requires vulnerability, and vulnerability requires trust, and they do not trust themselves. Spirit is being very clear with me right now. This person does not trust themselves. That is why they were so quick to believe external voices. That is why they needed someone else to validate their fears. That is why they could not simply come to you and say, "Hey, I heard this thing. Is it true?" Because to do that would require them to trust their own judgment. And they do not. They have been burned before. They have been lied to before. They have been manipulated before. And instead of healing those wounds, they have just built walls. And anyone who gets close to those walls, anyone who threatens to make them vulnerable again, they push away. And they will use any excuse to justify that pushing away, even if the excuse is a lie. The Queen of Swords is telling you to stand in your power. Do not shrink. Do not apologize for being who you are. Do not try to fix their perception of you. You are not responsible for managing other people's illusions. Your job is to live in integrity, to speak your truth, to honor your own path. And if people cannot handle that, if people choose to believe stories instead of seeking truth, that is their loss. That is their lesson. That is their karma. Let me pull one more card for this situation because I feel like there is a future element here that needs to be addressed. What is coming for this person who believed the lies? What is their karmic trajectory? Oh, Pisces, the Tower card just came out for them, and this is major. The Tower is the card of sudden awakening, of structures crumbling, of illusions shattering. Spirit is showing me that this person is going to have a Tower moment where everything they believed, everything they thought was true, is going to come crashing down. The lies they were told are going to be exposed. The person who manipulated them is going to be revealed. And they are going to have to face the devastating reality that they abandoned something real for something false. The Tower is not a gentle awakening. It is not a soft realization. It is a lightning bolt of truth that destroys everything built on false foundations. And this person, they have built their entire reality on a foundation of lies. They have convinced themselves of a story. They have told others this story. They have lived this story. And when the tower hits, when the truth comes out, they are going to feel like their entire world is collapsing. Because in a way, it is. The false world they constructed is going to crumble. And they are going to be left standing in the rubble, wondering how they got it so wrong. And here's the thing, Pisces. When that tower moment happens, they are going to remember you. They are going to remember how you showed up. They are going to remember the truth of who you were to them. They are going to remember that you were real while everyone else was feeding them fantasy. And that realization is going to hit hard. That regret is going to be deep. That understanding that they threw away something valuable because they listened to the wrong people, that is going to haunt them. But Spirit wants you to be prepared for something. When their tower moment happens, when the truth is revealed and they finally see clearly, they are going to want to reach out. They are going to want to apologize. They are going to want to explain. They are going to want another chance. And you need to decide right now, before that moment comes, what your boundaries are going to be. Because this is not about whether they deserve forgiveness. This is about whether you want to re-engage with someone who was so easily manipulated, who chose to believe lies instead of trusting what they knew, who walked away instead of communicating. The Queen of Swords energy is going to be so important when that time comes because she does not make decisions based on emotion. She makes decisions based on truth and wisdom. She asks, is this person safe for me? Have they done the work? Have they truly changed? Or are they just experiencing temporary regret that will fade once the pain of their tower moment subsides? She asks, do I want to rebuild something with someone who could be swayed so easily by external influences? Or do I want to continue forward with people who trust me, who believe in me, who communicate with me when doubts arise? These are questions only you can answer, Pisces, but I want you to sit with them now. I want you to do the internal work now, so that when that moment comes, and Spirit is saying it will come, you are not making decisions from a place of loneliness or nostalgia or the desire to be proven right. You are making decisions from a place of clarity, of self-respect, of knowing your worth. Let me pull one final card for your future, for what is coming for you, regardless of what happens with this person. Oh, Pisces, this is gorgeous. The Six of Wands is here, and this is the card of victory, of recognition, of public acknowledgement. Spirit is showing me that you are about to enter a phase where your truth is going to be seen, where people are going to recognize your integrity, where you are going to receive acknowledgement for who you really are, not the distorted version that was presented by people with agendas. The Six of Wands is telling me that you are going to have your moment of vindication, but it is not going to come from defending yourself or proving yourself or convincing anyone of anything. It is going to come from simply living your life so authentically, so powerfully, so aligned with your truth that it becomes undeniable. People are going to see your growth. They are going to see your peace. They are going to see your success. They are going to see your light. And they are going to realize that the stories they heard about you do not match the evidence in front of them. The Six of Wands is also about being celebrated for your achievements, and Spirit is showing me that you are about to accomplish something significant. This could be in your career, in your creative pursuits, in your personal development, in your spiritual journey. You are about to reach a milestone that makes you feel proud of yourself, that makes you realize how far you have come, that shows you the proof that you are on the right path. And when you reach that milestone, when you have that Six of Wands moment, the people who doubted you are going to see it. The people who believed lies about you are going to see the truth, and you are not even going to care, because by that point, their opinion will not matter to you anymore. This is the most powerful part of the Six of Wands energy, Pisces. It is not about showing them. It is not about proving to them. It is about reaching a level of self-confidence and self-worth where external validation is just a nice bonus, but not a necessity. You are going to know your truth so deeply, so completely, that whether anyone else believes it becomes irrelevant. And that is when you truly win. That is when you truly step into your power. That is when you truly become unstoppable. Spirit wants me to tell you something really important right now. The person who cursed themselves by believing lies about you, They are on their journey. You are on yours. Your paths diverged for a reason. And while it may have been painful, while it may have felt like a betrayal, while it may have left you questioning yourself and wondering what you did wrong, I need you to hear this clearly. You did nothing wrong. You were simply existing in your truth, living in your authenticity, being who you are. And for someone who is drowning in their own insecurity and fear, that level of authenticity can feel threatening. It can feel like a mirror reflecting back all the ways they are not living authentically. And instead of using that mirror for self-reflection, they smashed it. They called it a lie. They convinced themselves that the mirror was distorted rather than accepting that what they were seeing was real. You cannot save someone from their own self-deception, Pisces. You cannot force someone to see truth when they are committed to believing lies. You cannot drag someone into the light when they are clinging to darkness because darkness feels safe to them. All you can do is continue walking your path, shining your light, living your truth, and trust that the universe is handling the rest. Trust that karma is real. Trust that truth always rises. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be. The curse they put on themselves by believing lies about you, that is their burden to carry. Your job is to release the weight of their perception, to stop trying to control their narrative, to stop hoping they will wake up and see the truth. Maybe they will, maybe they will not. But either way, it does not define you. It does not diminish you. It does not change the fact of who you are. I am seeing so clearly right now that this situation was a gift for you. I know that sounds crazy when it has caused you pain, but Spirit is showing me that this experience has stripped away any remaining tendency you had to people please, to dim your light, to make yourself smaller, to make others comfortable. This experience taught you that you cannot control what people think about you. You cannot manage everyone's perception. You cannot live your life trying to prove yourself to people who have already made up their minds based on false information. This experience set you free in a way you did not even know you needed. The Eight of Swords that I pulled for them at the beginning. Remember that card? You had your own Eight of Swords moment with this person. You felt trapped by their judgment, trapped by the lies, trapped by the need to defend yourself. But you walked out of that prison, Pisces. You removed your blindfold. You cut through your limiting beliefs. And now you are standing in the Star energy, in the Queen of Swords energy, in the Six of Wands energy. You are free while they are still bound. You are clear while they are still confused. You are rising while they are still stuck. Do you see the gift in that? Do you see how the universe was actually protecting you by removing someone from your life who could be so easily swayed, who could not see your value, who chose lies over truth? You were not losing someone, you were being freed from someone who was not capable of matching your frequency, your integrity, your authenticity. And now that you are free from that dynamic, you have space. Space for people who do see you clearly. Space for people who do trust you. Space for people who do communicate with you when doubts arise, instead of running to external sources for validation of their fears. Space for connections that are real, that are solid, that are built on a foundation of truth instead of stories. The Six of Wands is promising you that those connections are coming. That recognition is coming. That celebration is coming. You are about to be surrounded by people who get you, who value you, who appreciate you. And when you are standing in that energy, when you are receiving that acknowledgement, you are going to look back at this moment and thank this person for walking away. You are going to thank them for believing the lies, because it cleared the path for something so much better. Spirit is also showing me that your elevation is going to be the thing that triggers their awakening. When they see you thriving, when they see you succeeding, when they see you glowing with happiness and peace and purpose, that is when their tower moment is going to hit hardest. Because they will realize that you did not need them to see your worth for you to have worth. They will realize that their opinion of you, their belief in the lies, had no effect on your trajectory. You rose anyway. You succeeded anyway. You found joy anyway. And that realization that you were fine without them, that you were better without them. That is going to be the wake-up call they needed but did not want. Pisces, I need you to really absorb what I am saying right now, because this is the core message Spirit wants you to receive. You are not defined by other people's lies about you. You are not diminished by other people's inability to see your truth. You are not less valuable because someone chose manipulation over communication. Your worth is inherent. Your value is intrinsic. Your light is undeniable. And anyone who cannot see that, anyone who chooses to believe false narratives instead of seeking truth, they are disqualifying themselves from your life. They are cursing themselves out of the blessing that you are. And that is not your loss, Pisces. That is theirs. You just keep walking forward. You just keep shining your light. You just keep living in your truth. And trust that everyone who is meant to be in your life will see you clearly, will value you appropriately, will treat you with the respect and trust and communication that you deserve. Everyone else, everyone who believes lies, everyone who chooses drama over truth, they are simply clearing the path for your true tribe to arrive. The curse is theirs to break. The awakening is theirs to have. The regret is theirs to feel. Your job is to keep rising. Your job is to keep healing. Your job is to keep becoming the fullest, most authentic, most powerful version of yourself. And when you do that, when you stay committed to your path, regardless of what anyone else thinks or believes or says, you win. Not because you proved them wrong, but because you prove to yourself that you are unshakable, that you are resilient, that you are powerful beyond measure. This is your time, Pisces. This is your moment. Do not let anyone's curse, anyone's lies, anyone's inability to see truth dim your light for even one more second. You are about to enter your Six of Wands era, and it is going to be glorious. Stay focused, stay aligned, stay true. The universe has got your back, and everything is unfolding exactly as it should.